6 on the agenda is planning unit development of 2727 Louisville Road. This is density restriction limits on this parcel to 6.25 residential units, and the developer is asking for an exception to 8 units.
Chairman?
Is this another one like number 5 where we're having to consider a waiver for the amount of square footage?
If you allow 8, you will be creating an exception to allow 8. If you hold with 6, then then that's a conforming to the.
It would be 4 duplexes instead of 3.
You can't do a quarter of a home.
Yeah, sure.
Like 470, I think it's 470,000 square feet. Is that it, Ed?
47,000.
400.
Acre?
No, how many square feet did we figure?
In the parcel?
The parcel, yeah.
It's 117,000.
Okay.
It's a little bit
Basically, if you take
less than
30,000 and then 20,000 for each one, that gives him 6.25 residents for that parcel. The driveway location as part of the overall site plan will still have to be approved by this board.
Yeah.
As part of the overall site plan.
So I have made a motion to deny the exception of 8. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. All in favor of the denial, say aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That motion carries as a denial.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call the meeting in order. Today is Monday, July 29th, the meeting of the Design Review Committee. The agenda for tonight is the certificate for appropriateness for the Cloud Properties buildings. Looks like they've met the Planning Commission, everything with the Planning Commission.
Everything's, all we're waiting on is the approval. We're good. Planning Commission's approved it, yes.
Aye for each of you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'll approve it as well, so I think we're good. So when y'all starting?
That's his trademark.
We've been waiting.
Tomorrow, I think. We're very good.
We've been waiting.
Very necessary. It was worth
Planning Commission order. Let the record show that we have.
As building official, review this before Jordan gets it and passes on to Jordan, then it comes before this board. There's 3 sections of the zoning ordinance that has to be satisfied. The density restriction, as interpreted by myself and I believe Jordan, it does meet the restriction for the density. 260,000 square feet of property, 30,000 for the first, 20,000 for each additional unit. It fits 11 units in that. A good move because it has more than just these houses. It expands into more things that we can do in the community. It gives us sewer capacity for some nice things that we'd all like to have here locally. Well, maybe some of it. But anyway, so the only caveat that the zoning is handicapped with is the 300,000 square feet that the development must have to be considered a planned unit development. Right now you've got 260,000. But if we utilize the sewer area, which can't be built on, it's near the property. If we utilize that, then it would obviously meet the requirement for that, and there would be no reason by zoning that that would not be allowed. We are not at any point given an exception. We are not changing the density. The density is what it is, and we're not saying he doesn't need an exception for it. He just needs to be allowed to use another little area to get the PUD 300,000 square feet. Square feet. So what you're talking about was addressed on page 67 in the zoning ordinance. This was designed for subdivisions. So I just wanted to point that out to the board.
The heading on the board. I mean, on the category, it says square feet per additional family.
It doesn't say families.
But it says in
family.
footnote 1, multi-family dwellings. This is
It
multi-family
applies,
dwellings.
and I take that it applies for a single family or these other three categories listed under caveat number 1.
Right, so we have that now. We have 30,000 square feet for the first and 20,000 square feet for each additional multi-family dwelling. So it's 30, 20, 20, 20, according to this.
That's, as a matter of practice, the planning commission has never allowed that.
Well, I cannot speak to that and appreciate your service. There was a 12-year window that this could have changed, but we're talking about today, not 18 years ago.
Did you say it meets the density before adding this, the septic field on there, like as the property?
Meets the density. The only thing it doesn't meet, the only requirement it doesn't meet is the PUD, the planned unit development.
Overall lot
The overall lot size. Yeah. The 30,000 square feet, he's only at 260,000.
If
He
you go
needs
to
an
the 30,000,
additional
not the 10 acres.
40,000 square feet.
But you also have 4 acres of this property that's underwater that joins this property as part of it.
Okay. That'd be
Pardon
another
you.
thing the planning commission can consider.
Board, the Board of Mayor and Alderman recently set aside $600,000 to build a subsurface sewer system for a potential town center on property adjacent to what we're looking at, across in the corner.
Right.
Okay? We've done some preliminary soil tests, and it's a struggle to fit it in there. This, and my understanding is Patrick has spoke to the owner of that property, Mr. Yass, and there's a potential for a relationship there that would save the town a considerable bit of money and give us a nice restaurant to go eat dinner at. It's like, but it comes down to, I've got, the owner of the property is a restaurateur. He wants a restaurant. I've got 2 very nice restaurant owners, executives live here in Louisville that have verbally agreed to put a restaurant there. So there's a potential for 3, and if we only get 1, we still got a nice place to go and have dinner.
Right.
So, yeah, there's more to this.
No question that it was approved. Because I'm afraid it's going to come up with the cloud property that, well, was it really approved? It was approved, but it wasn't really laid out well in the minutes. And it was ambiguous, but, of course, the planning commission, he came back to the planning commission again, and then he went to the design review committee again, and everybody knew it was on the board. So I'm not saying it, it was approved. Next item I have is, I'd like to let you know that Patrick O'Hara will be resubmitting his proposed PUD for Louisville Road next meeting. Information provided to committee at a previous date was erroneous. The statement made that the town had never allowed a subdivision or PUD less than 30,000 square feet lots is incorrect. We have 2 such examples. One's Old Trevor Drive and the other one's over here in the other neighborhood. So if you get good facts, you can make good decisions. This was erroneous, and it needs to be clarified that we have done that in the past. And I, as the building official, feel that's grounds that he can bring it back to this board for to re-examine that. Okay. I think you should be allowed to resubmit, even if there's only minor changes to it. This board should look at the project with dispassionate, without influence or emotion. On 3 occasions, this town has allowed deviation from the PUD requirements. Trevor, the other subdivision, and Ed Cloud. Listen to what he has to offer and decide what's best for the town. I mean, I think I just want to let you know he's bringing that next meeting. So if you